Good morning, students. Today we are going to have our next physics E class. So, students, today we are going to discuss about the measurement of length. So, we are having different types of the lengths, some of the large distances, some of the small distances. So, we are having various methods to calculate the different types of the length. So, we will split that part measurement of the length into the three parts. Very first, if we are having very small distances can be measured by the meter scale, that is from 10 to the power minus 3 to 10 to the power 2 meter. That amount of the distance we can measure from the meter scale. After that, we are having for extremely small lengths. For extremely small lengths, to calculate, we are having some type of the microscope. That, for the example, we are having electron microscope, tunneling microscopy, and we can calculate the size of the molecule with the help of these type of the microscopes. After that, we are having large distances. That means if we want to calculate the planetary distances, so how can we calculate? So for to calculate the large distances or the planetary distances, we are having some direct method or indirect methods. So for the example, in the class 10th, we are having height and distance method, that is also calculate the large distances. Done. After that, we are adding here the next method, that is defined as the parallax method. If we are having any of the length that is greater than 10 to the power 2 meter, so we can calculate that distance with the help of that length with the help of parallax method. So today we are going to discuss about the parallax method. Now the question is that what you mean by the parallax. So there is a very short example to understand the phenomena of the parallax. For an example, if we hold any of the pen in front of our eyes and at the one time we close our left eye, then see the pen from the right eye, then there isn't some difference in the position of the pen. In the second, if we open our left eye and close our right eye, so we observe that there is some difference in the position of the pen. But what happens actually? There is no difference there is no change in the position of the pen. But we observed the different position of the pen from the two different observation position. Now, what are the observation positions here? One is our left eye, one of the position, and one position is our right eye. So right eye and left eye will be treated as the two different positions to see the pen. So whenever we are seeing any of the pen from the two different positions, so there will be some shifting in the position of the pen from the original position. But actually there is no shifting in the position of the pen, but we only observe the shifting of the pen from the both observation points. So now we understand what is parallax. So parallax, if there is a relative shifting in the position of the object with respect to the two different observation positions, with respect to the two different observation points, then that phenomena is observed as parallax. So if we use that phenomena to calculate the distances, so that is defined as the parallax method. Basically, this method is used to calculate the large lengths or the large distances, and basically this method is used for to calculate the planetary distances. Done? Now we'll talk about the definition for the parallax. The effect whereby position or direction of an object appears to be different when viewed from different positions, and that is defined as the parallax. And when you use this method to calculate the distances, that method is defined as the parallax method, or simply we can understand by the simple definition the relative shifting in the position of the object from the two different positions, that is defined as the parallax. Now we will understand by an example, that is we are having that point is observed as an object which we are going to see, and this is our left observation point and this is our right observation point. Then when we see the object, when this is the original position of the object, now when we see the object from only the left observation point, then the position of the object is appear to be here, then to the left side. That position is shifted to the left side. Now in the second case, when we observe the object from the right observation point, that is from the R, then the position of the object is assumed to be shifted to the right side, but the actual position is the object is at the center of the two different observation points. So we observe that L and R, the distances between the two different observation points, the distance between the two observation points is treated as the basis. What is basis? The distance between the two different observation points is treated as the basis. So we can say that the distance between the observation points, the distance between the two observation points is termed as the basis. Now we understand how we use this method to calculate the distance of the planet from the Earth. Now we are having here, suppose this is treated as the Earth and we are having two different observation points A and B from the Earth, at the Earth, and we want to see the object which is very far away from the Earth. Now what will we do? Firstly we will observe the object from the position A, observation point A, and after that we will observe the object from the position B. Now if we meet these distances, that is from object to the A, from object to the B, and A to B, now this A to B is treated as the basis. Now how will we calculate this distance? This will be treated as the diameter of the Earth. Now what distance we have to calculate? We have to calculate the distance D by using this method. This distance D will be the distance between distance of the Earth from the planet, or distance of the planet from the Earth. Now how will we calculate? Now the second question is that when we see the object, there will be an angle subtended at the object. Now how will we calculate the angle? Whatever angle is subtended at the OAB, that angle we can measure easily by using simple mathematical relations. OAB, that is from the object OAB, done. And we can also calculate the angle OBA. So by using simple trigonometrical relations we can calculate the value of this angle theta. Now what will we observe? If to calculate the value D, capital D, how will we calculate the value of capital D? Now if we treat this object O as the center of the circle, what we are treating to calculate the value, we are treating that this object O will be treated as the center of the circle, and this AB will be treated as the arc of that particular circle, and this value from object object to A will be treated as the radius of the circle, or we can say that this value object from the position B will be also treated as the radius of the circle. So by the formula of the angle, we can calculate the value of the angle, that is angle is defined as arc upon radius. Now this basis will be act as the arc for that particular considering circle, and this value, that is from object to A, that will be treated as the radius of the circle. So if we calculate the value of the theta, so angle will be equals to the arc upon radius. So arc will be treated as the basis upon the radius will be treated as the diameter of the distance from the object, distance of the planet from the earth. So theta will be equals to the B upon D. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the capital D distance. So we can find out the value of the capital D from the relation, that is D will be equals to the B upon theta. That means with the help of the basis and with the help of this angle, we can easily calculate the distance for large distances or planetary distances of the object or the planets. Now after that, we will move to the next phenomena, that is if. But sometimes whenever we are using the parallax method, so every time we are not having the value of the angle as simple as we are having in the normal conditions. So sometimes we are having the value of the angle in terms of the time. Then so we are having here, if we are having the value of the angle in terms of the time, so how can we calculate the value of the angle into the radian? So we are having here some conversions, that is defined as the conversion of the degree, arc minute or seconds into the radian. So you can write down heading over here, that is the conversion of the degree into the time, that is conversion between the angle and the time. So very first we are having degree. So as we know that 360 degree equals to the 2 pi radian, or we can write down 360 degree equals to the 2 pi. So if we are calculate the value of the 1 degree, so we can write down 360 into 1 degree will be equals to the 2 pi radian. So the value of the 1 degree will be equals to the 2 pi upon 360. So that means 1 degree will be equals to the pi upon 180 radian. Then this will be the simple conversion. We are not having any problem with this conversion. Now we'll move to the second conversion, that is conversion of the minute into the radian. So how will we convert minute into the radian? So as we know that simply, that is by the relation, 1 degree will be treated as the 60 minutes. 1 degree will be treated as the 60 minutes. So we can write down here 60 minutes will be equals to the 1 degree. So 60 minutes will be equals to the 1 degree. So we can write down here 60 into 1 minute will be equals to the 1 degree. So we can calculate the value of the 1 minute here. 1 minute is symbolized by the 1 or dash, single dash. We symbolize the sign of the minute by the simple dash over the numerical value. So we can write down 1 minute will be equals to the, we can write down 1 degree upon 60. So if we numerically calculate the value, 1 minute will be equals to the, so value of the 1 degree we are already having from the first equation. So that means we can place the value of the 1 degree from there and divide it by 60. So when we divide both values, we will get the value of the 1 minute here. So 1 minute will be equals to the 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian. That means if we want to calculate the value of the 5 minutes, so what will we do? We will simply multiply this value by the 5. If we want to calculate the value of the 60 minutes, so what will we do? We'll simply multiply that value 60 by this value 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian. So that time will simply convert into the terms of the radian. Then after that, the conversion of the second. So as we know that 1 minute will be equals to the 60 seconds. So we can simply write down 60 seconds will be equals to the 1 minute. So 60 seconds can be written as 60 into 1 second. 60 into 1 second. 60 into 1 second will be equals to the 1 minute. So we can calculate the value of the 1 second. So 1 second will be treated as, can be written as 1 second will be equals to the 1 minute upon 60. Now the one thing is there, we always define seconds by the two dashes, by the two dashes. That means if we place two dashes at the upper side of any of the numerical value, that defines the value of the seconds. Done. Minute simply defined as by the single dash, and second simply defined by the simply double dash. So 1 second will be equals to the 1 minute upon 60. So from the by the above relation, we are already having the value of the 1 minute. So we can place over here 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian divided by the 60. So if we divide that particular value, so we will get 1 second will be equals to the 4.85 into 10 to the power minus 6 radian. So if we want to calculate the value of the 5 seconds, so what will we do? We will say 1 second will be equals to the 4.85 into 10 to the power 6 radian, and the value of the 5 second will be equals to the 5 into 4.85 into 10 to the power minus 6 radian. So by this particular relation formula, we can simply convert the value of the time into the radian or the into the value of the angle. So this is very important conversion to calculate the distances from the parallax method. We always use that particular conversion for the parallax method. Then, so this is our parallax method. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is, we are already learned about the measurement of the length. Now our next topic is the measurement of the mass. So in class 11 we are not having much more detailed study of the measurement of the length. So simply we will define that SI unit of the mass is defined as the kg. On atomic scale, for the very small values, simply the unit will be defined as the AMU. You already know that particular value AMU into the your chemistry classes also. That is, the mass of the commonly visible object will be defined as the if we see simple common objects in our day-to-day life, so we used to measure the mass of that particular object by using the common balance, which we are already having in our shops, in our home. So that common balance is used to calculate the mass of the commonly used object in our day-to-day life. Then after that, for extremely heavy object, we are having gravitational method. So we'll talk about the gravitational method in our gravitation chapter. In the 7th or 8th chapter, we will talk about the gravitational method in that particular chapter. Now for the extremely light object, we use mass spectrograph. Done. So we are not having much more detail about the mass spectrograph. So you only remember that for the extremely light object we use the mass spectrograph. Done. Now we are having the range of the masses. So range of the masses will started from the very simple, very small unit of the mass, the very small unit of the matter, that is the atom. Will start from the atom, will move to the atom. After that it will convert into the molecule, then convert to the matter. Then we are having many of the matters will be the combination or we can say the collection of the matters is defined as the universe. So the range of the mass, that means atoms, will be started from the 10 to the power minus 30 kg, and it will move to the highest value of the, that is the mass of the universe will be treated as the 10 to the power 55 kg, 10 to the power 55 kg. So range of the mass will be started from 10 to the power minus 3 kg to the 10 to the power 55 kg. That means from atom to the universe. Then that is a simple phenomena. Now the third important point, that is the simple measurement of the time. So whenever we are talking about the measurement of the time, so we'll simply use the second, and we are having many more units of the time to calculate the time value. So we are not having much more detailed studied of the measurement of the time here. So we'll simply understand that SI unit will be treated as the second and measured by the atomic scale. And in the atomic scale, we basically use the cesium. Cesium. So that is the measurement of the time. Now, at the last, we are having one example problem related to the parallax method. That is the example of your NCERT book also. Example number 2.3. So we are having here the moon is observed from two diametrically opposite points A and B on Earth. The angle subtended at the moon by the two directions of the observation, that is 1 degree 54 minutes. Now, given that the diameter of the earth is about 1.276 into 10 to the power 7 meter, compute the distance of the moon from the earth. Basically, that example is based on the parallax method. So how will we implement the parallax method to calculate the distance of the moon from the earth? So what given values are here? So very first we are having angle subtended, that is 1 degree 54 minutes. So we are having the value of the angle, so we can simply having the value of the angle, but we are having the value of the angle in terms of the degree and the minute. So we have to convert that value of the angle into the smaller unit. So from degree to the minute, we are having the smaller value, that is the minute. So we'll convert the whole value into the minute. So after that, we are having the diameter of the earth. The diameter of the earth, that means the distance between the two observation points. So distance between the two observation point for the earth, that is treated as the diameter of the earth, that is given to you. That means we are having the value of the basis 1.276 into 10 to the power 7 meter. Now we have to calculate the value of the capital D. Now simply we will convert that theta into the basically minutes. So when we convert that particular value into the minute, so what will we do? 1 degree will be equals to the 60 minutes. So 60 plus 54 will be equals to the 114 minutes. So we will convert 114 minutes into the smaller value. That means 114 minutes into the second. So how will we convert that particular value? That multiplied by the 60. So if we multiply 114 by the 60, that will convert into the second. And after that, we will convert the whole value into the radian, because the radian is a measurement for the angle. So we will use, so what is the conversion method to convert second into the radian? So we are directly having the value of the for the conversion of the second into the radian, that is multiplied, if we multiply whole value of the second by the 4.85 into the 10 to the power minus 6, so that particular value will be converted into the radian. So by using simple method, so we can directly write down 3.32 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. After that, we are already having the value of the basis. So basis will be equals to the 1.276 into 10 to the power 7 meter. Now we will apply the formula. So by the formula, as we know that theta will be equals to the B upon D. So we have to calculate the value of the capital D. So we will having the formula, capital D will be equals to the B upon theta. You can see that particular formula from the above relation also that we have done earlier. So D will be equals to the, we are already having the value of the basis, and we are already having the value of the radian or the angle. So if we divide both values, so we'll get the answer 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. So distance of the moon from the earth will be treated as the, will be observed as 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. So this is one topic we have completed. So read the topic very carefully. That is very important parallax method for the exam. So that's all for today.